And Russell Simmons is interesting for a few reasons. One of the reasons I point out that it hasn't really gotten a lot of coverage is his very early connection in the 1990s. Obviously, Def Jam was successful by then. He became very involved with this guy who later became a famous Hollywood director named Brett Ratner, who, along with Simmons, has been accused of committing sex crimes. And so now Simmons is like in Indonesia, evading charges, and Ratner immigrated to Israel to avoid lawsuits related to sex assault. They're both accused separately and accused of engaging in that type of activity together. And Ratner's kind of an interesting figure, at least in recent years, because he teamed up with Steve Mnuchin's Hollywood studio to create, through his company that he created with the Australian billionaire James Packer, Rat Pack Entertainment. James Packer is a major focus of the Netanyahu corruption trial currently. A lot of that is, kind of mentioned in the piece, but there's a lot there to pick on. And Ratner was basically offered the opportunity to immigrate to Israel, apparently by Netanyahu, because a week before he did so, he was Netanyahu's guest of honor at the UN alongside Alan Dershowitz, the former Epstein defense lawyer. So quite an interesting array of special guests to have at your UN speech. And Ratner and Packer were actually recently at Mar-a-Lago dining with Musk and Trump. And apparently Ratner is trying to make his Hollywood comeback after being banished, basically because of all the litany of sex assault claims against him. He's directing the new Melania Trump documentary that's supposed to air on Amazon at the end of the year, on which Melania is an executive producer.